Shit!
That was probably the hardest I've actually felt you go in this car.
What do you mean?
Like that rowdy. Like you drove this
sideways
thing,
and shit.
Yeah, you drove this thing rowdy, but like not that rowdy.
Yeah. Traction control was on. It's because the tires are cold. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference.
Hear that guy? You hear it first.
You hear that? Even on Michelin Pilot Super Sports, warm them up. It is 75 degrees right now, and they're still like dangerous, even with the traction control on. See, look. Whee! He spins in second gear with the cold tires, but it won't do that when they're warm.
I think that guy waved at me.
Oh, hey.
Douche mode activated.
Douche mode. These things are really slippery. They use tar or something to fill in the cracks in the road. You know, little black squiggly lines. They're like super slippery. You'd think they'd be super grippy, but they're not.
Turn your roll windows up. Probably couldn't hear any of that first bit. I need to react like your car's like super fast. Like, shit! I got your titty!
The people behind us are probably like, what the fuck is happening in there? Look at the windshield. Doesn't it look like the windshield's fucked when the sun shines on it?
No, yours actually looks way better than any of my vehicles. Let's see, I only have 2 vehicles without cracked windshields.
Which ones are not cracked?
C10 and the Tracker.
Oh, yeah. I forgot the C10's brand new.
C10's brand, so the C10 might have a better windshield, I don't know.
Right.
Probably not anymore. Jeff, we just watched a video on Roundabouts. They said not to do that leaving them.
Oh, I thought he said, do that.
Oh. He might have.
Do give it full throttle as you're coming out of a roundabout. Matter of fact, as you're approaching it, go full throttle, just drive straight in.
Yeet it. What's the fastest way between A and B? Straight line.
Straight line, that's right.
Straight line.
Oh, more construction.
And the Ultima don't want none. Come get some. He's having CVT issues right now.
Yeah, he probably is. One thing I will mention that I did not mention in the reveal video for this car is that it has solid aluminum rear diff bushings, and it does make a difference to the sound. I don't know how much to the like drivability, like how it affects drivability or anything, but I know that to the sound, you can actually hear the rear differential whining, like anytime you're going like 50 or higher, you can hear it. And it's actually kind of annoying on road trips. You know, when you're out running around and, you know, driving around town and having a good time, like, it doesn't matter at all. But we took it on a road trip to go buy something on Facebook Marketplace. And, I mean, it was like, it was kind of dreadful. I mean, it was droning really bad.
I live with that every day. I don't want to hear you complaining about it.
In the Jeep.
Yeah, my pinion bearing and just singing away.
Yeah.
And I just let her go.
Well, like I said, I wonder if your rear differential like bushings and stuff are bad. Maybe that's what the problem is, instead of the differential being bad.
All right, Jeff. So I would like to ask you, how's it been owning this thing over a year? Have you enjoyed it? What have you noticed with it?
First off, I absolutely love the car.
A little too much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, just a little too much. No, I really like the car. I am so glad that I pulled the trigger when I had the chance. this car has been so much fun. Now, from the factory, this car handles really good, at least from what I hear. And when I drove it on the stock wheels and tires, it handled really well. The suspension setup on this car is stock for now, so it handled very similar to the way that it did from the factory. But I've got wider tires and wheels on it now, and it handles even better. Like, I don't think there's been a single time where I dove into a corner and I had to worry about like the tires slipping or anything. It's been super reliable. The only problem I had was I pulled up to a buddy's house and shut it off, and then it wouldn't restart because the battery cable came loose, and I hadn't messed with the battery, so it wasn't my fault or anything like that. Yeah, it's been super reliable, no problems. It's been really great on gas. I thought it was going to be terrible because it's turbocharged, but even while I'm playing around and having a good time, I still average 20 miles a gallon. So I'm probably still getting close to the factory advertised MPG when I'm not having a good time and just cruising on the highway. This platform is just so good. The community is great. The modability is absolutely fantastic. There's so many aftermarket parts available, and you can literally make this car exactly how you want. I've not had the money to do that yet, but we do have a couple things in the works. This year I'm thinking about going forged internals, which is going to let me run higher boost.
How much did you pay for it? And how much actually could you get out of it right now in this messed up car market we got going on?
I actually got a really good deal on the car. I bought it from a friend's brother-in-law. He actually replaced this car with the new Supra, so I'm sure he was excited about that. I bought the car for $11,000 with about 26,000 miles on it from the first owner. The first owner actually put the turbo kit and a set of wheels on it. I've changed the wheels because I blew 2 of them out on a famous Indiana pothole. So $11,000, including all the mods and everything. It's got a upgraded stereo and turbo kit and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff is mentioned in my reveal video. You guys can go and check that out. Right now, the car market's kind of screwed up. I could probably sell this car for 19 easily. I was blown away the value that he sold it to me. Thank you, Eric, for doing that. I got a fantastic car, low mileage, very well taken care of, and it's got plenty of mods that were well worth over $11,000. And really modifying the car doesn't increase the value of the car. Now, to me, it would. To certain people, it would, but you know, if I turned around and tried to list this on Marketplace or tried to trade it in, I would get standard market value for it, which has gone up.
And see, the market value that we have found, looking up on just Kelley Blue Book, has been $19,000. That's for a bone stock, just base FRS, not including all the upgrades this has.
Yeah.
So to someone, this could be a $25,000 car easy.
Right.
Just thank God you didn't put it through the freaking garage door wall when you first bought it. This close.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know when I went to go test drive the car for the first time. I didn't know, you had to pull up the collar to hit reverse. I know that certain cars are like that, but I didn't know this car had that.
I was in the passenger seat when he bought it. I was this close to pooing myself because I thought we were going through the back of the garage.
Yeah, that was a fun day, man. I wish I had cameras with me. As soon as we took off from the driveway, I lit up. As soon as I heard and felt the turbo, oh my gosh, man, it just made me feel like a fucking kid.
Alright, so next question I have, and something people might be wondering, is how does this car compare to stock ones? You know, being turbocharged, having the wider tires and stuff like that. I mean, is it worth truly upgrading?
Now, I have not owned a stock one, but I would have to say absolutely. Absolutely. If you are out of the warranty period, 100%, buy a turbo, buy the supercharger kit. This car is not fast by any means from the factory. It is a very fun car to drive, which helps with the mods that I do have. But this car comes alive with 9.5 pounds of boost, or probably even 8 pounds of boost, and a set of wider tires. The factory tires are skinny enough that with the stock power, you can break them loose and get sideways, have a good time if you want. I am not really about drifting. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, but I don't really want to tear this car up, so I don't want to like slide into a curb, you know. But definitely worth the upgrades. The car performs so much better than the factory. I actually am in a group of guys that's got the FRS, BRZ, GT86 platform. This car accelerates so much faster than theirs. And I drove this car with the factory wheels and tires on it when I blew out the 2 wheels on a famous Indiana pothole. So I know what it handles like on the factory wheels and tires. I know how much power it handles on the factory wheels and tires. By the way, in this setup, you can't hold traction in 2nd gear with the stock tires. To kind of give you guys an idea of how much faster this car is in a straight line compared to the stock setup. A stock setup with stock tires, stock engine, everything runs about a 15.2 to 15.5 in the quarter mile. Okay, my fastest time with this setup was a 13.3, and I do feel like I could have got faster if maybe I made some more passes, or maybe if I had launched a little bit differently. If I had maybe a set of drag radials, I probably could have knocked 2 or 3 tenths off of that time easily. Now, as far as handling, it's really hard for me to measure the difference, but it's a dramatic difference with the wider tires. The stickier compound. The stickier compound is going to make probably more of a difference than adding like a little bit of width. Obviously, a lot of width will make a difference, but you want to go with a better compound over trying to go with a wider tire. If you go with a cheap wide tire, it's not going to perform as well as a good compound in a narrower tire. I do have 245 wide tires all the way around, whereas I think the stock is a 205, and I'm running Michelin Pilot Super Sports, which is a summer tire. I don't run it in the winter. I don't even drive the car in the winter. I need to probably turn around and head back.
Oh, I didn't even know. I thought this was the way to be done, so I was just going along with the ride. Yeah!
And man, the revs just keep going. 7,500 RPM. The boost carries it all the way up.
Ooh. You can turn around, go play with the DTO.
Yeah. I will point out one thing about the turbo kit, but I am not 100% if this is solely the turbo kit or if it's because of the conservative tune that I have. Like maybe the timing's backed off just a little bit so it doesn't spool the turbo as fast, but it doesn't make boost until around 3,000 RPM, and that's probably in part to the header design, because the turbo is actually mounted at the top of the engine at the front, like by the top of the radiator. So the manifold runners are quite long before they hit the turbo, so that probably contributes to the late spool time. It actually doesn't take that long to spool up once you're past 3,000 RPM, so anytime like right now, it's all there. But anytime below 3,000, if I can get in like 5th gear here. Okay, I'm at 2,300 RPM, and I'm gonna punch it. And 3,000, there's boost. 7.2 pounds, 8 pounds. But if I'm in 3rd gear at 4,000 RPM. 6, 8, 8, 9, 9.5, 9.7. There's no problems above 3,000 RPM. So I don't know if it's the timing's backed off or the long exhaust runners. I'm not really sure.
I think that's just stupid rich.
I don't know if that affects it either. Like,
well, because you identify as a diesel truck sometimes when you
yeah.
shift. She rolls some coal, that's for sure.
Yeah, anytime I push in the clutch and let off the gas to shift, it definitely blows a little bit of black smoke out. I need to find a place to turn around. I could probably go right there.
Here, I got you.
Yeah. Unknown road. I'm lost, okay? I'm new. I don't know what to do.
That's hilarious. Except you fucked up. Well, you were trying to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't put that clasp in. That was aggressive.
This video was recorded on a closed course by professional drivers. As we crashed.
You didn't really cover the fuel economy. You just said it was really good.
I said 20 average on the highway, or 20 average while playing around.
I thought this thing got better than that.
20 while playing around.
I thought it got better than that. I thought it was like 24.
Let's see what it is. 20. With 20 exact.
Oh, well, okay.
But my current says 53. Surely that's not right. 48.
It also identifies
47.
as a hybrid. Alright, so I know you briefly touched on what plans you have for the upcoming future, but let's just touch again and go maybe a little bit more in depth of what you're going to do, that's where you want to go, what's your goals, and what you want to achieve with it.
I guess I'll start with the things that I would like to do the soonest. The clutch is getting a little bit wore out. It still has some time, but I probably need to upgrade the clutch first. After that, what I would like to do is I would like to do forged internals. I am considering maybe going with a stage 3 IAG short block or something of the sort like that. But those are rated for like 850 horsepower. I'm not aiming for 850 horsepower. I'm aiming for more like 500 or 600, but I want a little bit of headroom. What's that?
2000.
Yeah, 2000. But I want a little bit of headroom. That way, the block will definitely withstand anything I throw at it, and I don't have to worry about it. But at that point, if I do go forged internals, because I'm like, you know, a normal average Joe, and I don't just have like money falling off the tree in the backyard, I'm gonna go forged internals, and I'll probably leave the tune about the same. I might have to get it tuned just to make it work right. What I can do after that is I can get a boost controller, and then we can turn up the boost. If I have upgraded the clutch by then the clutch will handle it. After that, I have to be careful with fourth gear, because fourth gear is a little bit fragile. However, I'm not sure if it's actually the gear set in fourth gear or if it's the synchronizer or whatever part of fourth gear it is that's weak on this. If anybody knows, please tell me. I've tried to ask people in Facebook groups. I've tried to do my research. They don't say exactly what it is. They just say that fourth gear is too weak. But I could at least take it easy in fourth gear, limit the power shifting and stuff like that. I am considering doing cryogenic treatment to the transmission components. That does, however, require full disassembly because the tote that the parts go in when you go get them cryogenically treated is kind of small, so you can't really put a whole transmission in there. It's said to make parts significantly stronger. I guess a lot of professional race teams use that technique. It's actually really affordable, like within a couple $100. So I considered doing that to the transmission parts.
Maybe I should do that to the C10's rear end.
Right.
So like when the welds break again,
yeah,
it doesn't tear up my ring gear anymore.
Right. I would say after that, I guess in the meantime, I'd probably do a couple of beautification mods. I'd probably do maybe a carbon fiber hood. I'd like to do a nice spoiler, but I don't want to remove the factory spoiler on the factory trunk lid because it will leave holes that I'll have to plug. And I'm not okay with having plugged holes on my trunk.
No one likes plugged holes.
That's right. What I'll probably do if I'm gonna change the spoiler, replace the trunk lid with like a carbon fiber one, and then mount the spoiler to that. One thing I hate about this car is the third brake light. I'm sure you can see it back there, how it sticks up. Now, that's not the part that I hate. The part that I hate is that you can see the light on the window when you push the brakes. You can see it reflect back at you in the rearview mirror. See it? Yeah. See it light up on the window? Yeah.
I mean, just it's an easy way to tell if their brake light's out or not.
Yeah. Or if your light brake switch is working.
Yeah, that's true.
I probably need a new AC compressor. Sometimes it makes a little bit of noise.
Was that this or that?
I don't know. But the headers on this turbo kit are known for cracking, especially if they're wrapped, and the headers are wrapped. So I'll probably have that problem.
I hear it. Turn it off. Oh wait, no, it's off. It's off.
Oh, it's because I had this down.
I thought the window was down. I thought you put it up.
That was good.
What have been some of people's reactions that you've noticed, like either on the road or just what have people thought about the car?
So, a lot of the times whenever I pull up to the gas station, people ask me, "Is that the new Supra?"
It is.
I'm like, "No." I don't say anything.
He's
like
a dick
that.
about it.
Yeah, I'm actually not a dick
he's
about
a
it.
dick about it.
Like, the car has been out since 2013, and the Supra just came out a couple of years ago. But thanks for the compliment. You know, especially like if I'm driving and you know there's somebody next to me that's a car guy, and I shift, you know, they hear the blow-off valve. Their face just goes like, "Is that turbo?" It just lights them up. And yeah, especially once people find out that it's turbo, they're definitely interested at that point. I definitely need to do some visual mods though, because the car, it looks way too stock.
That's a good thing. Sleeper.
Yeah, like I don't know. I want the big wing.
You want a big wang?
Yeah,
Big wing.
I want a front. I need a front spoiler or chin spoiler, splitter, whatever you want to call it. I want to do.
You want the lip protectors like Challengers have? Chargers?
Yeah.
Yellow one?
Yep. Definitely want the yellow
Cool.
lip protectors. I definitely want a vented hood. I haven't decided 100% on which style I want, but I think I've got two. I don't know what they're called, but I'll put screenshots of them on the screen so you can see that. Yeah, right here in this box.
No, you're gonna want cow induction hood like them good old boys with the
Could you
OBS
imagine?
Chevys.
Could you imagine if I did that?
That would be great.
It'd be so funny.
That'd be just like.
But no,
But
I'm
no.
not doing that.
Let's just tell you, my C10 blows him out.
Yeah.
If I had fourth gear.
By like 2 whole seconds. Yep.
Like I said, fourth gear was there. No chance. No chance.
Yeah.
Fourth gear likes to identify as neutral.
Like I said, it would probably run like maybe a 12.9 or 13.0 if I like had drag radials and like launched it just perfect. The car is not it is not like a straight line machine. So, I mean, I know we talk about that a lot, but that's because that's the easiest benchmark for us. But
and cheapest thing for us to do.
yeah, for sure. It's definitely not a straight line machine, but it does all right. I mean, it holds its own. It only weighs 2,800 pounds, and I think it's got somewhere around 300 horse to the wheel.
Not with this big guy in here, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely 3,000.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it holds up against like 2014 Chevy Camaro, you know, all the cars that share the same engine family.
Any pony car, basically stock pony car, this could probably keep up
with the exception of maybe like
a Hellcat or a Demon or a ZL1
right.
1LE or a Corvette Z06.
Yeah, shit know. FRS owners say. Okay.
Any pony car, this will walk it.
Right.
Hands down. So.
Definitely not. Don't listen to him.
Well, it definitely will walk the 2.3 Mustang. Hands down,
I raced an EcoBoost Mustang that was tuned, and he didn't stand a chance. So definitely with the 2.3 EcoBoost Mustang. So listen, I've raced a 2011 Genesis Coupe 3.8 Grand Touring. That's very important because the Grand Touring doesn't have a limited slip differential or Brembo brakes like the Track Pack does. So the launch on the Touring model is a little bit difficult. The fastest time we were able to get in that car was a 14.1. So this beats it hands down because the fastest time I got in this was a 13.3.
So, yeah, you have a faster quarter mile time, but have you raced the Genesis on like just roll racing?
I don't know, because the
I'm
driver
gonna have to steal Mariah's keys.
Yeah, she doesn't want to tear up her car. She doesn't want to get in any trouble or anything. So she won't race at anything above 50 miles an hour unless we were on the drag strip.
Now then there's me, that I will race anything. I will race a shopping cart if I have
Same.
to. I mean,
yeah.
I beat the Walmart shopping cart, the Kroger one. Now it got me.
Those are IKEA shopping carts.
Oh my God, the quad.
Yeah. The quadcasters.
Yeah, quadcasters.
Yeah, you can drift all day long.
Woo-wee.
Now Anthony's old 2011 Genesis Coupe Track Pack, he had a couple of mods. He had like he had full exhaust, including headers, cat delete, all that. Cold air intake. He had lightweight pulleys. He had some solid motor mounts. I know that stuff doesn't make a huge difference, but he had some stuff like that. A good set of tires, and he ran a 13.5. So I think it's pretty impressive that this car, being a 2-liter with a turbo, outmatches a 3.8-liter engine that's almost twice its size. I blew the doors off that Dodge diesel. Listen, I don't know this guy. I just kind of met up with him by accident. He had some kind of Cummins truck, and
it was a 6.7.
Yeah, something like that. And he thought he was hot shit, and I blew his doors off. I don't know what that means. I don't know how fast they are. I don't know what kind of mods he had done, so I don't know how fast his truck was. But he didn't say anything.
That's the problem with like diesel trucks. Like it's just so unknown because like. Yeah, I mean, unless it's bone stock, then you kind of have a general idea. But like, I feel like it varies so much. Like the power gains that you can get on a fucking diesel is kind of ridiculous of what you can do for the.
But there's common mods for each platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they can probably tune it up to what the turbo or the injectors will put out.
Yeah.
And the fuel pump, you know, the rest of the fuel system and stuff.
So it might have had a baby tune in it, or it could have had bigger injectors.
I know it was rolling some coal though, for sure. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Drive safe, and always wear your seatbelt.